In this segment, we're going to cover how to do a linear key. A linear key is determined as being a self key or an auto select key. So by selecting my source or my keyer, then determining the key type. Auto select for a linear key allows me to automatically select the video which has a pairing that's set up in the installation section. By selecting that, now that key type will automatically layer based on the alpha. A Luma key, or a self key, is selected by pressing the self key button, picking the source in which I want to perform the key on, and when it's cut on air, I can see that I'm modifying the clip and gain values. Clip brings up the level from 0 to 100 in the luminance. So as I'm going up, I'm taking all the blackout of the video. The gain is the slope or softness, so how much it still keeps in, making it more transparent. So that's a Luma key. To select preset pattern key, select preset pattern. Normally, it'll automatically assign the DVE, so if I truly want to do a preset pattern, I want to just turn off the DVE. You can modify it by selecting your pattern and picking any of the pattern shapes, like, say, a circle, and then modifying the pattern. So adjusting the size, the softness of the edge, and even if you wanted to apply a different colored border. You can also use the joystick to manipulate these parameters as well. You've got the ability to adjust your aspect. So as I bring this in just to his head. All right, so the shape of the aspect. You can multiply them so you can have multiple circles and create any kind of pattern key that you'd like. You can also adjust the color of the border, make it any color you want, as well as select a wash color. Wash color is a transition or a gradient from between two colors. So you can modify color 1, making color 1 any color that you'd like, and then color 2. So here you can see as it washes across from this orange to blue color. To do a chroma key, I would select my keyer. I would assign the source that I wanted to use. So in this case, we're going to use camera 4. So in my keyer, I select camera 4. And in my background bus, I select the video that I want to show up behind it. So it could be any input source or even, say, an internal still store. So now, when I select the chroma key type, the menu will change. It'll allow me to define the mode, in this case, advanced, and the primary color that we want to remove. In this case, it's a green screen, so we'll be removing green. You then press the initialize button, and if your lighting is correct, which in this case it is, we should have a nice clean chroma key. Note that shiny surfaces will reflect. You can then modify things such as the shadow, the translucency, the transition, the background, as well as the foreground, the spill suppress, edge softness. And what's nice is you have two ways of looking at the cutting image. One, you could look at the alpha, which when I see in preview, I can see that it's got black and white. So I know that white will be fill, black will be transparent. And if I'm trying to understand what best to adjust, I can always switch to the color map mode, in which case I can see different colors for different regions, and there is a listing of every single element as to what color applies to what aspects. So in this case where there's gray, that's my transition. So if I look into the transition area, I can adjust the transition gain or decrease the gain, and this will affect the area that is transitioning to the background. So that's the basics of how to do a chroma key, and by staying to the simple things like picking the primary color and hitting initialize, you should generate the best chroma key that you're going to get.